Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. This week, we are talking about what the process looks like once the gown you've purchased arrives in store. Before we dive into this topic, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, let me know if there's any particular videos, topics, content you'd like me to create. I am here for you, guiding you along the way, leading up to your special day. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I am so honored that you have found me. I am, of course, a wedding fashion expert at LOVELLA Bridal, located in Los Angeles, California. I wear many different hats in store, and I am completely and utterly obsessed with what I do for a living. For daily content, please be sure to follow at LOVELLA Bridal, at LOVELLA Plus, and at Wedding Fashion Expert on Instagram. This week's topic was inspired by a subscriber. Stevie wrote in asking how to handle the first fitting once you buy the dress. I think there's a lot of buildup to finally seeing the dress that was made for you, but it's also not totally fitted yet. So I would love recommendations on how to manage expectations for that fitting, and also how to ask for exactly what you need in terms of alterations. I love this topic so much because this is something that is going to be so valuable to share. You have purchased your dress early on. There have been months that have gone by leading up to the moment of coming in store to see it again. You are going to feel anxious, you're going to feel nervous, there is going to be doubt. Very rarely is there a bride that is not feeling at least one of those things that I just mentioned, or all of them. Totally normal and natural. This process is so unique and different, so there's really nothing for you to compare it to. And it's the most important article of clothing you'll ever wear, so it really is a huge deal, bigger than people think that it is. And this is a really scary moment because it's the moment of truth. You said yes to this dress months ago. You have no idea how you're gonna feel when you put it back on again. You might be in a different mental headspace at the time. Here's the beautiful thing. If you have been watching all my videos, and for those of you who haven't, I encourage you to go watch them all. But if you've been watching them and you made your decision based on the gown that makes you feel the most beautiful and confident, the moment you put that gown back on, you're going to remember why you said yes to it. It's quite often brides put on the dress and they have an initial sigh of relief where it's just like, the weight is lifted off of you because you know that you made the right choice. And then it quickly can turn into panic. Well, this doesn't fit right, that doesn't fit right, this makes me nervous, I'm self-conscious here, and it can go down this domino. So first it starts off at a high, and then it could drop down to a low, or vice versa. I encourage you to try to remain open-hearted and open-minded, because what ends up happening once you get this dress on is that all of a sudden we have micro vision where we are dissecting every single aspect of the dress. If you find yourself doing this, do me a huge favor. I want you to walk away from the mirror. I want you to close your eyes for a moment, open them, and look at yourself from a distance. Why do I suggest this? Sometimes when we are too close and we're just standing in front of the mirror, you're nitpicking every detail, that you're losing sight over the overall vision of the dress. And the second that you start dissecting it, you may ask your seamstress and the alterations department to make changes to the dress that when you look at it through the big picture vision, you're actually compromising your overall look of the dress. So before you go into all the little details, soak in the full vision. And then from there, remember that this gown has not been altered to you yet. So what you are trying on is just the dress before it's been tailored to you, which is fantastic. But yes, the boobs are not gonna fit perfect. The waist isn't gonna fit you perfect. The hips aren't gonna fit you perfect. And so many times brides are just wondering if they're going to fit in the dress that they ordered. That's a huge anxiety point, coming in and trying on your dress as soon as it arrives. So I promise you, if your dress is small on you or if it is big on you, there are options, and your seamstress is going to help you iron out all of those details. Now, going back to Stevie's question about how to know what to ask for in alterations. Ideally, in a perfect world, you are with a seamstress that is telling you the level of expertise that your gown needs and attention to detail that it requires. You'll want to ask specifically for a video to be made of your bustle and a video of how to properly zip you up in your dress, along with how to steam your dress. I have created a video on steaming your gown that you can tune into, but particularly I do encourage you to ask your seamstress how to properly steam it if that's not something that they offer, to ensure that you're not damaging the fabric. You always want to ask the expert who knows these fabrics and knows your particular gown and designer so that you don't run into any issues leading up to wedding day. If there's something about the dress that makes you uncomfortable, you must speak up. Maybe the neckline's too low, or maybe it's too high, or maybe you want to add some sort of a strap or a sleeve. Know that all of those options are available to you, but you have to be able to clearly identify what it is that you like and what it is that you don't like so that they're able to cater to your needs. One thing I would love to address here is that I have so many brides come in and have panic attacks over the dress and the anxiety of how it's going to look, and they lose sleep over it. Keep in mind, you really don't know how your dress is going to fit you properly until about 3 weeks to 2 weeks before your wedding at the final fitting. So that being said, you losing sleep over it doesn't serve anyone, certainly doesn't serve you. The biggest and most crucial thing is that you are in the hands of an expert that is going to make sure that your dress fits you beautifully. Your alteration process is not something that you want to compromise on. This is where you want to invest money to ensure that it is done properly. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please note that it is completely normal and common and okay to feel so uneasy about it, nervous, stressed, anxious. Those are all feelings that happen all the time, and it's part of the process. There's not much you can do to avoid it other than leaving your worries to the store and leaving your worries to the expert and having trust that they will execute it accordingly and properly. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. For more videos like these, tune in every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will see you in next week's video.